WWE signed R-Truth, a unique contract. Why Roman Reigns stayed away from Money in the Bank 2025. Who is replacing Jacob Fatu in the Bloodline. Directions for Jacob Fatu after MITB. Triple H punishes Lyra Valkyria. Seth Rollins gets a new WWE name. Sasha Banks reacts to Naomi's MITB win. Naomi sends a message to R-Truth. Several WWE talents react to Triple H, claiming R-Truth's release was part of the show. R-Truth ghosted Triple H's calls all week. Nick Khan had to personally call him. Let's dive right in. Why Roman Reigns stayed away from Money in the Bank 2025. Money in the Bank 2025 wrapped up with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso standing tall in the main event. A huge shocker was R-Truth's return, blindsiding John Cena. Fans were also hoping for Roman Reigns to make his comeback, absent since the Raw after WrestleMania 41. But the original Tribal Chief was a no-show. Here are 3 reasons why Roman Reigns didn't return at Money in the Bank 2025. Number 1. WWE has bigger plans for Reigns. One big reason Roman stayed off the card could be WWE's grander vision for him. Triple H might be cooking up something special for the former undisputed WWE champion. With Night of Champions 2025 in Saudi Arabia up next, Reigns could make his return at that global event, setting the stage for a massive SummerSlam showdown. Number 2. His return wasn't needed at this show. Another reason for Reigns' absence might be that Money in the Bank didn't need him. Seth Rollins snagging the Money in the Bank briefcase was a standout moment, and R-Truth's surprise return set the internet on fire. If the OTC had shown up in California, his star power might have stolen the shine from others, especially R-Truth. Number 3. Reigns could ruin Rollins' cash-in later. Seth Rollins won the Money in the Bank briefcase for the second time, with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in his corner. Those two were the ones who ambushed Reigns on the Raw after WrestleMania 41. Down the road, Reigns could return to sabotage Rollins' cash-in attempt. That'd hit his former Shield brother harder than costing him the ladder match, sparking a fiercer rivalry with even bigger stakes. Who is replacing Jacob Fatu in the Bloodline. At Money in the Bank 2025, Jacob Fatu shocked everyone by turning on Solo Sikoa. The Samoan werewolf seemed to be helping the former North American champion at first, but then he flipped, smashing Sikoa through a ladder at ringside. On the final SmackDown before the event, Fatu caught Sikoa badmouthing him backstage, which pushed the US champion to ditch the new Bloodline. Here are 3 wrestlers who could fill the void left by the 33-year-old in Sikoa's faction. Number 1. Lance Anoa'i might join Sikoa's crew. Lance Anoa'i signed with WWE last summer. With 15 years of wrestling experience, the 33-year-old has competed in promotions like Major League Wrestling until October 2023. Right now, he's sidelined with an injury, and a March 2025 Wrestling Observer radio report from Dave Meltzer noted some backstage doubts about his potential as a WWE wrestler. Still, the wrestling world is full of surprises, and the creative team might decide to bring Lance Anoa'i into Sikoa's group to replace Jacob Fatu. Number 2. Hikuleo could be ready for his WWE moment. Hikuleo also joined WWE last summer. Unlike Lance Anoa'i, Dave Meltzer's report suggested no negative backstage chatter about Haku's son. He's injury-free and ready to debut, but WWE hasn't found the perfect spot yet. Fans started talking about Hikuleo when Jeff Cobb debuted as JC Mateo at Backlash 2025, joining the new Bloodline. With Jacob Fatu out, the former NJPW Strong Openweight champion could finally get the call to team up with Solo Sikoa. Number 3. Sikoa might recruit Jacob Fatu's brother. Solo Sikoa is a master of mind games. After Jacob Fatu betrayed him and cost him the Money in the Bank ladder match, the street champion could hit back by bringing in Fatu's younger brother, Journey Fatu. Known as the Odyssey of Death on the indie scene, the 29-year-old has fans eager to see him in WWE, especially after his brother's rise. With the US champion now free from Sikoa's control, bringing Journey into the new Bloodline could put Jacob in a tough spot. It'll be wild to see what's next for the US champ. Directions for Jacob Fatu after MITB. Wrestling expert Bill Apter, senior editor at Sportskeeda Wrestling, recently weighed in on Jacob Fatu's game-changing moment at Money in the Bank. The United States champion turned on Solo Sikoa during the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Fatu and JC Mateo stormed the ring, taking out Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to give Sikoa a clear path. But just as the street champion reached for the briefcase, the Samoan werewolf yanked him down, crushing him with a moonsault and a urinage onto a ladder. In an exclusive Sportskeeda interview, Apter called this babyface turn a massive milestone for Fatu's career, opening new paths for him in WWE, possibly teaming up with Jey Uso or even even both Jey and Jimmy Uso on SmackDown. Something nobody's probably filled up, but now with Jacob Fatu as a babyface, as a good guy, maybe he will align himself with Jey Uso, or with Jey and Jimmy Uso, Apter said. Apter believes Fatu's clash with Sikoa sets the stage for an explosive showdown, with SummerSlam being the perfect spot for these two to settle their score once and for all. Triple H punishes Lyra Valkyria. Triple H cracks down on Lyra Valkyria's outburst. Lyra Valkyria's 145-day run as WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion ended when Becky Lynch defeated her for the first time in their rivalry at Money in the Bank. But things might take a turn for the worse for Valkyria, as she could face Triple H's punishment for her actions at the event. Lyra was inches from victory until Lynch's ring smarts turned the tables, reversing Lyra's move into a roll-up for the 3 count. The man became the second-ever Women's IC Champion. After the match, as part of the stipulation, Becky Lynch demanded Lyra raise her hand. The 28-year-old, clearly frustrated, complied, but was then told to fasten the title around Lynch's waist. That's when Lyra lost it, dropping Becky with a German suplex and a Nightwing before storming out. By attacking Lynch post-match, Lyra may have broken the stipulation's terms. Triple H, the mastermind behind WWE's creative direction, might hit Valkyria with a fine, or even pull her from TV for weeks for not fully honoring the agreement and attacking her opponent after the bell. This could set up a Becky Lynch versus Bayley showdown for the IC title at WWE Evolution or Night of Champions 2025. Meanwhile, Lyra could take a break and return before SummerSlam. This angle is just speculation based on the current storyline and could change, with no official confirmation yet. Real-life power couple Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins both had big nights at Money in the Bank 2025. Rollins competed in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, while Lynch faced Lyra for the women's IC championship. The Visionary and the Man made it a night to remember, with Rollins snagging the briefcase and Lynch capturing the title. It'll be exciting to see what's in store for Becky Lynch as champion on Raw in the weeks ahead. Seth Rollins gets a new WWE name. Seth Rollins is once again Mr. Money in the Bank. After his big win, WWE gave the Visionary a new nickname at the 2025 Money in the Bank event. Rollins fought hard in the men's ladder match, facing Penta, El Grande Americano, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, and LA Knight. The match was a wild ride, with chaos stirred by Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu, and JC Mateo. The biggest shock came when the Samoan werewolf turned on Sikoa, wiping him out. In the final moments, Rollins clashed with LA Knight, hitting him with a stomp before climbing the ladder to grab the Money in the Bank briefcase. That contract now gives him a title shot whenever he wants. WWE's official X account celebrated Rollins' victory with a graphic, dubbing him Bankin'. It's unclear if this nickname will stick in the Stamford-based company or if it's just a one-off. Seth Bankin' Rollins MITB, the WWE caption read. Rollins has shown time and again in WWE that he's a master at seizing opportunities. He's already pulled off the heist of the century with a past MITB contract, and fans are eager to see when he'll cash in this time. Despite being a die-hard Chicago Bears fan, Rollins flat-out rejected the idea of ever teaming with CM Punk. Would I do it? It makes my stomach turn just to think about it. For one Super Bowl, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could stand next to him. I really don't think I can do it. I don't think I could do it. I would suffer in misery every season. Give me an NFC title game. I don't think I could do it. I would have to say no. Rollins added that his wife, Becky Lynch, would never forgive him if he joined forces with Punk. He admitted that Lynch despises the straight-edge superstar even more than he does. It hurts me inside too much. It's selfish saying it, but it's not even about me. I feel bad for the people, the players on the team. Me and CM Punk have to team. Yay, CM Punk. No, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I would vomit. It would go against every fiber of my being. I couldn't do it. I would have to go home and look my daughter in the face and tell her that I was a coward. I couldn't do that to my daughter, my family. My wife would disown me. I don't know if I would ever sleep in the bed again. I'd get kicked to the curb. If there is one person that hates CM Punk more than me, it might be Becky Lynch. It's a full family affair. The bad blood with CM Punk runs deep in Rollins' household. The two only crossed paths once, nearly 13 years ago, on an episode of WWE NXT. Sasha Banks reacts to Naomi's Money in the Bank win. Mercedes Moné took to X to celebrate Naomi's massive victory at WWE's Money in the Bank, where she won the women's Money in the Bank briefcase for the first time. The 37-year-old outlasted Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, Roxanne Perez, Alexa Bliss, and Julia in a thrilling ladder match. Naomi sealed the historic win by shoving Ripley and Bliss off the ladder and unhooking the briefcase. Monet, Naomi's former tag team partner, was clearly thrilled with the result. Back at WrestleMania 38's Night 2, Naomi and Monet, then Sasha Banks in WWE, teamed up in a four-way tag match to capture the Women's Tag Team Championship. Their partnership hit a rough patch due to creative differences, leading both to walk out of WWE. Naomi later returned, while Monet joined AEW, where she now holds the AEW TBS Championship in her first reign. Beyond AEW, the 33-year-old also reigns as the Strong Women's Champion and Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Champion. Naomi sends a message to R-Truth. Naomi hit up social media to send a heartfelt message to R-Truth after his stunning comeback at Money in the Bank. Truth had just announced that WWE wasn't renewing his contract, signaling the end of his time with the company. But fans pushed back hard, and just a week later, the veteran was back, attacking John Cena in the main event to help Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso beat Cena and Logan Paul. Naomi, who had a massive night herself by winning the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, showed love and support for Truth after his roller coaster week. The Glow's message came after Truth's shocking exit announcement, which sparked a huge outcry online. Several WWE stars voiced their frustration over his departure, but everything changed when the 53-year-old returned at Money in the Bank. At the post-show press conference, Triple H suggested the whole ordeal was a storyline twist, implying Truth was never really leaving. But Truth shut that down on social media, making it clear his exit was real and the decision to bring him back was a last-second call. With nearly 17 years in WWE, Truth's departure news hit fans hard, leading to widespread anger aimed at TKO and Triple H. Tons of WWE superstars rallied behind him, proving just how much respect and love he commands in the locker room. Several WWE talents react to Triple H claiming R-Truth's release was part of the show. Triple H's take on R-Truth's return at Money in the Bank 2025 raised eyebrows, and several WWE stars aren't buying it. The game suggested during the post-show press conference that Truth's release and comeback were all part of a storyline, but multiple talents have come forward to say that's not true. According to Fightful Select, many WWE stars reached out to set the record straight, directly contradicting Triple H's claim that Truth's exit was a planned angle. In response to Triple H claiming R-Truth's departure and appearance was part of the show, a number of talent reached out to outright claim the opposite. Truth's son, Christopher Killings, also posted a cap in response to the claims of it being a part of the show. Another talent saw Killings' son calling Cap lie on Triple H's comments and said, "See, you can't control all of these conversations." A PW Insider report added that WWE decided to bring Truth back just within the last 72 hours before Money in the Bank. The WWE Universe is over the moon about the beloved veteran's surprise return. R-Truth ghosted Triple H's calls all week. Nick Khan had to personally call him. A new report reveals a top WWE star brushed off the company's attempts to reach him, forcing Nick Khan to get involved. R-Truth, upset over his sudden release, ignored WWE's calls all week. After massive fan outrage, he made a dramatic return at Money in the Bank 2025, attacking John Cena in the main event to a roaring crowd. According to Fightful Select, Truth was far from pleased with how his exit was handled, leading him to ghost WWE until Nick Khan personally reached out. We're told that Killings actually ignored many of WWE's approaches during the week, until Nick Khan took over and called Killings to work out a new deal. We're told that the deal was a meeting halfway situation. One WWE talent shared that Truth's release was handled in a very cold and impersonal way, with a talent relations employee breaking the news. Only after Khan's direct call did Truth agree to talk, resulting in a new deal and his blockbuster comeback. WWE signed R-Truth to unique contract. Ron Killings, formerly known as R-Truth, is back in WWE, and fresh details have surfaced about his unique contract. Corey Hayes from Bodyslam.net reports that the deal was sealed on Friday, just before the Money in the Bank event. Unlike a standard wrestler's contract, this agreement is designed to give Killings one true final run. PWInsider.com reported that the decision to bring Killings back happened over the last 72 hours, which I was informed by a source that the new deal came together sometime on Friday, Hayes wrote. This new deal isn't a normal active working talent deal, but it gives him the opportunity for one true final run. At the Money in the Bank post-show press conference, Triple H was asked about Killings' return and gave a cryptic reply. "You enjoying the show? All part of the show." The comment didn't sit well with everyone. Killings' son, Christopher, briefly posted Cap on Instagram in response before taking it down. He later congratulated his dad and confirmed on his Instagram story that this is indeed one last run. As reported, Killings will now use his real name, signaling a shift in how WWE presents him. While not a typical talent deal, this contract lets Ron Killings write his final chapter on his terms. After his sudden release, fan backlash, and his son calling out WWE's spin, Killings has a shot to prove his doubters wrong. If this is truly his last ride, he's sure to make it unforgettable. What do you think? Is WWE giving Ron Killings the send-off he deserves with this final run?